glazing type, greater than or equal to, and then hit the pull down and selected A. And then it worked. Okay, so now we can see it's picking up these particular windows that we have already tagged, all right? So what we want to do now is back in our project, and you can try it on, let's try this a different way here. So I'm gonna do like a crossing window to, I want to go left to right. And so that just picked the curtain panel there. And let's go filter and uncheck those so I only get the curtain panels. And we'll say okay. So that's got my panels across there. And so these are on the west side, and we're still on the ground floor. So we're going to go with a B type. Okay. And now let's come to the front wall here, and let's do the same thing. So we'll do, you know, a bounding window from the left side. Oh, I didn't include those, so it only includes those things. And we'll go back and do our filter again. That's easier than selecting all of those things. Let's see, these are on the south. These are a B, so we'll say okay. All right, and now let's look at our door here. We got two doors on the project. We got one here and we got one on the back side. And so if we look at our door here, let's look at some of the properties here. It doesn't have anything in there, but entry doors have to be a tempered glass. Okay, and it may, you know, it's a safety thing because, you know, people going in and out, they hit the door, boom, glass shatters. So we're going to make this particular one here, this one's on the south side of the building. And we're going to go with let's call this one a D. All right, and then you're going to want to do the same thing on the back side over there. Now, let's go back and look at our schedule again. All right, and so there's our door, south, a D type, okay? And I'm just using A, B, C, and D in these. You could certainly be more descriptive of, you know, your glazing type, or you could have a note in the drawing that had what those mean. So back to here. I'll do one more. I'll go up to the second floor, or level 1, sorry. And I'll do this one across the front right here. Oh, there we go. This is on the south side. And these are going to be a type C since they're elevated, not on the ground floor. Okay, let's go back to the schedule. And now you can see, you know, we've added, oh. Okay, because the curtain wall is hosted on the ground floor, it's picking up as all being ground floor. But it did change out those. So let's look at our 3D view. So these, because the whole family is hosted on the ground floor, that's why it's doing that. So if I were to tab and select that panel, we can see it's a type B. But if I go up and select that panel, we can see it's a type C. Let's see what happens if I go to level 2. Okay, so those are not selected, so we'll go ahead and go with the south and make these a C also. Okay, and so it added them in, but they're still considered hosted on the ground floor. All right, what I will do before I send this project out to you is I will change a couple of these so that they're not ground based, ground floor based. I'll leave these two the same, and I'll change these back here on the back side of the building so they're individual levels. All right, so what I'm going to want you to do as far as this project goes is to go through and select all of these windows and assign them their exposure, or excuse me, windows, curtain panels, and doors. Assign them their exposure, north, south, east, or west, okay? And then what type of glazing, A, B, C, or D, and you're going to create a schedule. And then what we'll do with the schedule, so let's go back into it here. And let's move family and type to the top, okay? let me think about this a little bit, and then I'll put an image in Blackboard as to how I want this to look, okay? And some description. We're still gonna filter it this way. Sorting and grouping. Let's sort them by glazing type. Then by orientation. Then by level. And we're going to uncheck itemize every instance so that we don't have, a gazillion lines in there. Okay, and so now we see we've got our fixed windows. We've got an east, we sorted by glazing type and then exposure. So I'll organize this and put an image in Blackboard for you to go by on this thing. And then what you'll do is I'll put the description in Blackboard of what I want you to turn in. I think it will just be a screenshot of your schedule, because that will tell me that you've done everything right. And look at my notes here. Okay, so let's while we're here, let's go back to and let's look at the occupant parameter. Okay, what happened? Oh, I just clicked it. Let me go edit. Okay, and so the occupant is where you can add a description of occupancy of a room. Okay, and see it's under identity because it's going to group it and categorize it that. And it's only applied to the room's category. Okay. I don't think I applied any rooms, so let's add a room. We'll add a couple of rooms in here, okay? All right, and so if I select room 1, there's the occupancy right there, okay? Now there's a lot of instance type parameters here that I could use. And this is something, there's nothing loaded in there, so we'll say office. And occupancy, it could be type, it could be numbers. Well, this was a text, so it wouldn't really be numbers. It'd be type of occupancy. Okay. Oh yeah, you want to select the room, not the tag. Conference. I'm gonna say display. Okay, and so those are added, some of those things. And if I were to generate a schedule, a new schedule, what do we want? Let's go with a room schedule. And yeah, and you may want, some of these other things here. So we'll say level, occupancy, number, different things like that. Okay, so we'll say okay. And you can see here how it pulls that into it. So in our room schedule, we could say, what room number it is, what level it's on. We could have finishes, floor finish, base finish, things like that. And then what type of room it is based on occupancy, whether it's office, conference room, break room, whatever it may end up being. Okay, so that's a lot of video on dealing with parameters. Like I said, I'll put the information for what you're supposed to turn in Blackboard so you can see that.